Hey guys, what's up? It's Harley and I'm here today with a new video. This is going to be a long progression kind of video. I've been watching a lot of catching up on series videos, and I wanted to do that for the month of May. That's like my main plan for the month. If you watch my May TBR, you will know that. So this month I'm focusing on trying to catch up, finish some series, get the series TBR down. So we're going to try to film one of those videos. We'll see how it goes. But starting off, I am holding the book upside down. But starting off, I am reading Powerless by Elsie Silver. I meant to read this last month, but I didn't get to finish it. I was like 100 pages in by the end of the month. But now I'm about halfway through. This is the third book in the Chestnut Springs series. I almost forgot what it's called for a minute. But this one follows Jasper and Sloane. I'm blanking on her name for a minute. And they've known each other since they were teenagers. She was a little bit younger than him, and she's always had a crush on him. He has developed feelings for her as they grew older, but both of them think their chance has passed and that they just don't have a future together, so neither of them try. So they're just extremely both just in the friend zone because of themselves. I've been screaming this whole book, just get together, because both of them are obviously into each other. And at the point where I'm at now, things are happening. So I would say this one is kind of a slower pace than the other two. Like I said, they are friends. They already are established, have an established friendship, and both of them just think the other one sees them as a friend. But I think they're very cute together, and I do like them together. I just wanted to get to the romance bit, and now I'm there, so I'm hoping things will go a little faster. So I will keep you guys updated, and we'll see where we're at later. Okay, so it's been a couple days since I last updated. The first solid week of May, I just really was not reading my series books, or any books really, but we are still continuing on. We are pushing it through, and I have finished my first book of this little challenge, and that book is The Champions by Kara Thomas. This is the sequel slash companion novel, I guess, to The Cheerleaders. I really enjoyed that book. I read that last year and I loved it. This one I did enjoy, but I wasn't as enthralled by it as I was The Cheerleaders. This one felt a little more typical. The things that were happening were stuff that I've seen in shows and things, whereas The Cheerleaders, there was stuff that I have seen before, but the way it was told just got me. And then the twist at the end, I wasn't expecting that to happen. This one felt just more realistic, I would say. Yeah, I think that's my opinion, is that this one felt more realistic. This one, though, does tie back into The Cheerleaders. It's set in the same town. So basically there's this football team, and this girl is on the newspaper, and she has to write about the football team. And next thing you know, she starts getting these messages from somebody telling her to stay away from them, and then bad things start happening. One of them ends up in a coma. He was poisoned. Another one gets kicked off the team and suddenly dies. Just things are happening, and so she's like, well, I'm gonna figure out what's going on. I'm gonna look into this. And like I said, it does tie back in to the other one. We do see characters from the first one. The main character of the first book, she's in this one. The journalist girl, Hadley, she's on the paper with this guy named Peter, who is the girl from the first book, Monica's brother. So she's still here hanging around. We also see Jenny, who was my favorite character from the first book, so we get to see what she was up to. And yeah, I did enjoy this. I gave this one 4 stars, but that is one series to knock off my little series tracker. So instead of being at 80 series to complete, I'm now at 79, which still doesn't sound good, but it's better than 80. All right, to give you a little powerless update, I am almost done with this. Like, I probably could finish this tonight. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Probably definitely tomorrow though. But I am enjoying this one. I think this one's feeling like a 3-star read to me. I think the characters are cute, but I don't know. They're just not, it's just very slow. It's very slow. And then once they got together, they're just together. Yeah, that's my little update on this one. Excuse the fact that I look exhausted. I am. I'm probably gonna go to bed after this clip, but I wanted to film it because I just finished Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is the 3rd book in the Chestnut Springs series, and I ended up giving this one 3 stars. I did think it felt slow, partially because this is like an established relationship already. Sloane and Jasper have known each other for years, and they have been friends for like 18 years, I think they said. And you could feel that. You could feel that they knew each other really well, but it just, because of that, it just like, the pacing just felt really slow to me. Whereas like when you have 2 characters that are just meeting, they're learning things about each other. So like I said, these 2, they already knew everything about each other. She knows him better than anyone. He's told her things he hasn't told anyone else. So that felt slow. And then also for like half this book, it's just both of them wanting more with the other one, but thinking that they're too late, that the other one isn't interested. And then when they do get together, the rest of it is just like them hooking up. So I just wanted more from it. I would have liked more scenes with other people. They do have scenes with different characters, but for like the majority of this book, it's just the 2 of them. Like the whole book is just the 2 of them, occasionally with some other characters. But I would have liked more scenes of just them with other people, them individually with others. I just think that would have helped break it up a little bit more and made it feel not as slow or as long, because this is a chunky book. So yeah, so this is my least favorite of the series so far, but it's not to say that I didn't like it. I do like Sloane and Jasper, and I thought they were cute, but they are my least favorite couple. I am very excited for the next book though, because we got a little scene in here with Theo and Winter, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna be fun. Like I really liked their little scene that they had in here. But yeah, so this is another book down. Doesn't help knock any series off my series TBR, but I am now 1 down in this series. So we are still at 79 series total. Hopefully this is a good angle. I have absolutely no clue, but I'm here with some more updates on my little series project I'm doing. I'm bad at giving updates, but you know, we're trying. I have started 2 other books. I think I talked about the 2 books that I finished, right? The Cheerleaders and Powerless. I think we were good with them. So I'm going to talk about the 2 that I started. So first up, I started Beautifully Broken Spirit by Catherine Cowles. This is the 3rd book in the Sutter Lake series. I'm absolutely obsessed with this series. Like, just reading the prologues, I'm like 5 stars. When that was no different with this one, I read it and I was like, oh my god, already obsessed. And I am obsessed. I am enjoying this one. I should be reading more of it because like I'm not that far in. I'm listening to the audiobook while I flip along. I just haven't had time to listen to this one, but I am really enjoying it. This one follows Jensen and Tuck. She is the sister of the guy from the first book, and he is the guy's best friend. And she's also a single mom. So I'm having a great time with this one, but I've also started another book that I'm like listening to, following along as well. And that one is A Torch Against the Night by Sabatir. I do not have the dust jacket. It's over on my bookshelf, but this is the pretty hardcover. And this is also the Fairy Loot edition. This one is what Firebird thought it was trying to be, okay? Firebird was like an ancient Rome setting, but it just was not hitting. This one does. This is book 2 in the Ember and the Ashes series. I don't know if it actually has a name, but it's book 2 in that. I need to find like a good review of book 1 because I do not remember what happened. I know that I forgot how to say her name is Leia. Leia. I think it's Leia. I know Leia is looking for her brother, and apparently he has knowledge of like some kind of secret that the Empire wants to know about. And it seems like she has some kind of like magic, maybe. I'm a little confused if there is actually magic. I read the first book. I can't even remember how long ago. It was a couple years ago. But I read my review. My review was just like, oh my god, this book is so good. I can't believe I waited so long to read it. And yet I waited so long to pick up book 2. I don't know. But I am enjoying this. I really liked the audiobook for the first one, so I got the audiobook for this one. It's by the same narrators, and I think they do a great job. We also get Helene's point of view, and she was like my favorite, okay? I love her. I will die for her. Quit hurting her, please. But things are getting like interesting there because now she's supposed to go hunt Elias, and he's with Leia. So we'll see what happens there. But like I said, I need to find a review to like refresh myself on like the main plot points. I know Elias was like with Helene. He was like top of the Empire's like army, kind of. His mother is the Commandant, I believe that's what they call her. Which also she said something to him, and she said boy. And all I could hear was Michael from the originals in the Vampire Diaries, how he always would call Klaus boy. He would always like kind of spit it out. And so now I'm like, Elias's mother is the female version of Michael. But yeah, that's my little update though. I'm enjoying both reads, but I'm not far in either one. Okay, a little update before I go to bed. I just read a little bit of this, and they just hooked up for the first time, and I feel like it was very unexpected. I mean, I thought something was going to happen at this cabin. Well, I didn't think they were going to just hop right into bed. And now they've got, like, a friends with benefits situation going on. Wasn't what I was expecting at all. So I'm very intrigued to see what's going to be happening next. But I feel like it just happened so fast, and then it was just over, and now they're in this, and I don't know. But I'm going to process this while I sleep. Okay, here we are again with the car view. I don't know, I like the car view. So if I did insert a clip of me driving around for some little ASMR or just a little sped up video, I hope you enjoyed. I thought I'd just talk about my book while I'm sitting here on my break. So I was listening to Beautifully Broken Spirit this morning, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, but I told you guys that Jensen is a single mom. So her baby daddy left when she told him that she was pregnant. And her kid is now 9 years old. And he has not been in his life at all. Has never seen him, never sent him a card or anything. Well, he all of a sudden showed up, and I was like, just like taken aback. I don't know why. Like, it should have been an obvious thing that I would have thought of that was going to happen. But this man shows up, and he's just like, well, I want to see the kid, and I want to have a relationship with him. Where were you for 9 years? I don't know. So, like, I, once again, invested. I've been invested. I really need to just sit down and read. So I think that's my plan after I get done with work. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna read some, I'm gonna get into it, and I'll give you guys an update then. Okay, y'all. I have not been updating. I think I've hit a slumpy period ever since I picked up Beautifully Broken Spirit and A Torch Against the Night. My reading really has slowed down. I mean, I've only finished 4 books this month, and we are on the last week of the month, and usually I get 10-ish. So, like, I think I was slumpy. I did finish Beautifully Broken Spirit, though, so we're going to talk about that wherever the book is right here. Okay. Beautifully Broken Spirit by Catherine Cowles. I ended up giving this one a 4.5, which breaks my 5-star streak for this series, but I don't know if that's a me thing. It very, very, very well might be a me thing, and I might have rated it a little higher than my slumpiness should have, but I was like, I can't give it a 4. But I think it was me, just like, I don't know, I feel like I wasn't feeling it. Maybe Powerless put me in a slump, I don't know. But I did really like this book. Like, I liked the characters, I liked them together, but I don't know, just it was taking me so long to read, and I think that's why I lowered my rating, because when I started this it felt like a 5-star, but I don't, like I said, it just took me so long to read. I think it took me like a couple weeks. I don't know. But I did really enjoy Jensen and Tuck together. I thought they were very cute. I liked that they had a friends to lovers relationship, quite like Powerless, but Powerless, I don't know, it felt just different. This, we saw them, like, we learned things about them in the past, but we also saw them in the present, and I don't know, it just felt different. But I really enjoyed this one, and I liked seeing Tuck with her son Noah. I do wish that we got to see more of that, though, like more of the 3 of them being together. They did have a couple cute scenes, but yeah. And then there was some like suspensey stuff going on. There was somebody was shooting the wild horses, and the person that turned out to be, I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, what? Because I thought they were good. I thought they were a good person. They're not. And then we were also thrown for like another 1-2 punch with that, with somebody else covering it up too, and I was like, oh my god. And then there was a 3rd suspense element, and I feel like that got wrapped up maybe a little bit too quick, too well. But like I said, I did enjoy this one. I gave it 4.5, and I'm excited to continue on, because the next one follows the girl that Jensen hired in this book, Kennedy, and I believe the love interest is Kane, who is Tuck and Walker's hacker friend that we haven't seen in person, but we've talked to over the phone. So I'm intrigued to see how they get together then. But yeah. So that's my update on this one. And then we have to talk about A Torch Against the Night by Saboteur. I did put the dust jacket on for y'all, okay? And I know I've been saying all their names except for Elias wrong, okay? It's Helene and, damn it, I just said her name. Laya. Laya? Laya. I think I was calling her Leia. It's Laya. Okay. This one I am a lot further in than the last time. I'm like 75-ish% in. And okay, it's this one, the rating is definitely going to be on me for waiting 5 years to pick up the sequel. And I could not find anything that really told me about what happened in the first book. So I like knew the bare minimum. And so probably for the first 70% of this book, I was lost, but I am finally like remembering things. Things are starting to sink in, things are happening, and I am intrigued again. But I'll probably end up giving this like a 3-star just because of the fact that I don't remember anything from book 1, and that is completely on me. But this one heavily is Elias and Laya. Gonna get her name right, okay? They are on the run from the events of the first book, and Helene is hunting Elias down. So that's the setup for this book. I'm not entirely enjoying the Elias and Laya on the run bit, but we are getting to the point where like things are happening and I'm like, oh my god, people are making moves. So that's my little update on this book. But hopefully, I'm hoping to finish this book this weekend because I have today and tomorrow off. So fingers crossed. And then my last update for this like reading vlog is going to be that, I say last update, but like I mean like the last potential book. I would really like to read Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I meant to read this book this month and the month has just gotten away from me and we are almost over with, but I really would like to get to this book. So hopefully once I finish A Torch Against the Night, I can move on to this one. Okay, I just finished A Torch Against the Night, and I think I'm sticking with my 3-star rating just because, like I said, I don't remember the first book real well, so it took a long time for me to understand what was going on. But the ending was really interesting. I'm very intrigued to see how the next book goes. Also, take all of Helene's pain and give it to Marcus and to Karis, please. I hate them so much. Can Helene become the emperor, please? Like, let her be in charge and let her be happy. Just give her everything, let her be happy. But yeah, so there is like some magic in this world. I'm just a little confused about how it works because Laya has some magic. Elias was poisoned in this book and he kept seeing the soul catcher, I believe that was the name. So there's some kind of magic going on. Somebody's talking to me. Puppies have been rowdy today. But yeah, so I did enjoy this one, but it just took me forever to get into. But I'm going to try to pick up book 3 a lot sooner than 5 years, okay? A lot sooner than 5 years. And maybe I'll have different opinions. I forgot though, I was going to show you guys what I did while I was listening to the end of the book. I was doing a little coloring page because, you know, we color. And this is what I did. I'm doing a little Lilo and Stitch page because on the back of this book, they had this. And I was like, oh my god, that's like Lilo's dress. And I was like, oh, I'm going to make it into a Lilo and Stitch page. So I like drew in his like little ears and stuff. But I think it's looking real cute. I mean, the mountains were something. I didn't know how to do them, but I think it looks cute. Okay, so today is May 28th, so we are getting very close to the end of the month, and I would like to finish one more book for this series kind of video. I am reading 2 books a lot. I did say in the last one that my last update would probably be Sunrise on the Reaping, but I did add another book because I realized I don't have any audiobooks lined up at the moment, so I did find a couple and throw them on, and I'm reading one right now, and it would complete a series, I believe. I don't even know if I have this one on my like series tracker, but I am listening to One of Us is Back by Karen M. McManus. This is the 3rd book in the One of Us is Lying series. I don't know if it has an actual name, but it's the 3rd book in that series. So in this one, we follow characters from books 1 and 2. I really liked book 1. Book 2, I wasn't quite as much of a fan of. I feel like I didn't enjoy the characters as much. But this one, like I said, has a collection of all of them together. And I believe we're only following 3 POVs. So we are following Addie and Nate from the first book and Phoebe from the second book. And I actually am a huge Nate and Addie fan, so I'm really enjoying this one, surprisingly. I thought maybe I wasn't going to enjoy it like I didn't quite enjoy book 2, but I am actually just like really taken away with it so far. And I think I'm about probably like 70-ish% into it now. I did listen to a lot today while I was driving around, and I'm intrigued. I have no idea who is doing anything. I have like some theories. They're probably all wrong though. The first book, I somehow figured that out right at the beginning. I don't even know. Second book, I feel like I didn't know what was going on. So this one, I'm like, I don't know. I have ideas. But I really think I'm going to be surprised at the end of this. But yeah, but I am enjoying that one quite a lot. And I do have an update on Sunrise on the Reaping. I did start this book, so I'm not quite that far in, but I am loving it. The reason I'm not that far in is because like every sentence I'm like, hey Mitch, oh my god, why are they doing this to you? This book is nothing but pain, but like it's also good. I feel like if you read this, you know it's good, but it's pain. But like every single thing that's happening, I'm connecting it back to something else, and I'm just like, it's like being a detective or something. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. I did just get to, they're on the train to the capital. But like, this book is brutal so far. Like, what did Haymitch ever do to you, Suzanne? Okay? But like I said, I am enjoying this one, and hopefully I can finish it this week. Fingers crossed.
Daisy May. Hi. Hi, Daisy.
Getting the dogs treats, so hopefully they won't yell at me for a little bit. I'm back with more updates, but first I want to show you my shirt. I have a Throne of Glass shirt. It's the 13 from Throne of Glass, which if you know, you know, but they're my favorite like part of the series. So it is I from the future here to talk about One of Us is Back, because looking back I realized that the footage I filmed for it felt more like a review, so I did steal that for my May wrap up. So I need a little clip to put in here about my thoughts on One of Us is Back. I did finish it, and I think it's my favorite out of the series. I did give it like a 4.5 because there was a couple little things, but I did really enjoy it. And like I said, I did enjoy it more than book 1, definitely more than book 2. But honestly, it's making me think I want to keep book 2. I was gonna get rid of it. I don't know if I already did or not, but I should look because I think I want to keep it if I still have it. and Sansa's yelling at me. But yeah, I really like... Come here. And also, I got the heater on. Let me turn that off. I did like the cast of characters, and I liked seeing them all together and like working together. And I just really like the friendship that they like made with each other. They really felt like they became really good friends from all this tragedy that's happened. And I liked it, and I was surprised because the last few Karen books that I have read, I haven't loved. So it was really nice to be surprised by this one. That is it for my One of Us is Back update. And that should wrap up another series for me. I have to check if this is on my series tracker. See, the dogs are getting rowdy. I think it is on my series tracker, but if that's true, I think I'm now down to what? 78, I think. I'll have to like look up the stats at the end of this. But I did start another audiobook because I was about halfway done with my route. So I was like, I might as well, I need to go get the squirt bottle. Hold on one second. Threats need to be made when they're being rowdy. So I have to have this handy. I did start another audiobook because I was about halfway done with my route and I was going to be in the car for a couple more hours. So I did pick up the next Secret Circle book. I don't know if I have this on any of my series trackers. I have 2 series trackers. One is like ones I'm more focused on, and then I have one that like I would like to complete the series, but I'm in no rush to. So this one might be on that one. I'll have to. Yes, I'll have to check it. She's really yelling at me. You're saying a lot, ma'am. Do you not like that I'm talking to myself over here? And now they're all walking around, so now the camera's moving. But yeah, so I did start the 5th Secret Circle book, I guess. It's called The Hunt, and give him a little squirt, calm him down a little bit. This one, the Secret Circle isn't on my main list because I really enjoyed the ones that LJ Smith wrote, and I'm in the section where it was like a ghostwriter now has taken over the series, and I don't enjoy it quite as much. So, like, I have mixed feelings on it, but they are really short and just easy to listen to. So I am continuing on with it. So in this arc, we have this new like bad person that's coming to town that's related to one of the main characters, which that's one thing I like about the show is that they really cut down on the circle members because there are so many to keep track of. Half the time, I don't know who the heck they're talking about. Like, I just know the main like 6 that were in the show. We got, well, okay, I say main 6. I know the main 5. I can't remember the one girl's name to save my life. But, you know, we have Cassie, who I absolutely despise. She's so annoying. And the books are told from, like, her perspective. I really don't like her. Why is she the leader? She didn't even know that she was a witch. And I don't care if she's, like, the most powerful, apparently. She knows nothing. Why are we letting her lead the circle? Get rid of her. I just don't like her. But so anyways, we have Cassie, we have Diana, who I really like. We have Faye, who I also really like. And we have Adam and Nick for the guys. Sorry to that one girl. I do not remember what her name was in the show. And I don't know if they, like, mushed her character up from the books. But, yeah, there's, like, 12, I think, circle members in the books. And, like, literally, I don't know half of them. There's too many names going on. But, once again, this is easy to listen to. It is kind of slow a little bit. It's, like, mostly high school drama with a little witchy terms thrown in. There's a witch hunter going on. But, yeah, like I said, it's kind of slow, and I'm kind of bored. And part of me is like, I should just cut it off. But like I said, they're so short, I will just finish the series. I mean, like, right now it's, like, at a 3-star, I would say. But I wish there was just more like witchy stuff going on. But basically all it is Cassie going on about how she has to save the day, and like I said, the witch hunter's going around like marking them, so they have to stay in Cassie's basement to like protect them. And Adam's her boyfriend at the time, and he's jealous because Nick got marked, and you know, they had a moment once upon a time, and so he's jealous that, oh, he's gonna have to stay. Give a little squirt. He's jealous that he's gonna have to stay at her house, but it's not like it's just her and Nick. Faye and Laurel are also there, so they're not alone. But you know, she's like, oh, well, he shouldn't be jealous, but I do get it, but whatever. But then she gets all jealous about him and some other character, and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe that he's thinking about this, or he's done something, or he felt tingles in his hand when he touched her. And she's just going on, and then Daisy, I love you. Daisy? No. But she's complaining about him, you know, he doesn't even want to have feelings for this other girl. He just, like, there's, like, some soulmates and, like, seeing lines connecting them or something. And apparently he has a connection to this other person. And he's basically told Cassie, like, no, I love you. You're the one. Look at, I've saved all these things from, like, our first date and this and that. But he's basically being like, no, I choose you. And she's making such a big deal about this. But she's allowed to go kiss the other guy. She did just, like, kiss the other guy. And I'm like, what are you doing? And now she's being like, oh, I have to tell Adam. But now he's run off to go confront this other person. And now she's all, oh, well, I can't tell him now because, like, he's going off. What's going to happen? I don't know. She's annoying me. She's annoying me real bad. But I think I'm going to finish that tonight. Because, like I said, it's not that long of an audiobook. I might just play some Disney Dreamlight Valley. Daisy. I might play some Disney Dreamlight Valley because I need to get back on there. And I could easily finish it up listening to that. But I also need to get back to Sunrise on the Reaping and make, like, a dent in that. Because ideally I would like to finish it this month. And it is Thursday now. So we only have Friday and Saturday. And I don't know if that's possible, but we'll see. It is late, but I want to talk about my book that I just finished. I just finished The Secret Circle, The Hunt. And I ended up giving it 2 stars. Oh, also I'm, like, sorting journaling supplies. But I ended up giving it 2 stars because honestly, it was rather boring. Like, the plot was not plotting. I did not overly care about what was happening. And honestly, guys, I hate Cassie. I just really dislike her. And, like, the whole book's about her. Honestly, I should probably just give up on it. But I only have 1 more book to go. And like I said, they're really short. So I will finish that one tomorrow probably. Because I am going to listen to it while I drive around. And I should probably finish it while I'm driving around. Because like I said, they're really short. They're only like 6 hours long. So, yeah. But, I don't know. I think the Ghost Rider isn't my vibe, for one thing. So the first 2/4 books were like written by L.J. Smith, but it was like, what was it? It's like it was like an idea, and so the publisher or whatever could hire somebody else to continue writing, and that's like what happened. And they had somebody else start writing it. And I don't know, I feel like it's just so boring the way that this person is writing the story. Like, they're just so bland. I mean, this one is just, there's an evil sibling and she wants to take over the circle for unknown reasons. Don't know why. Honestly, I think she would have been a whole lot more interesting than Cassie. So, like, let her take over the circle. Yeah, we don't really know her motives besides, like, oh, my mom died and I should be the rightful heir to this dark magic. And Cassie's been screwing around with dark magic this whole time. And I don't know. She's just annoying. Like, Cassie is, like, one of those characters that thinks she's the be-all, end-all. I'm just so good at everything, and everyone should listen to me. Like I said, why is she even the leader? I don't know. She barely knows how to do anything. But they all are like, yeah, okay, no, fine, it's good. But, yeah. The end, our evil character does end up doing evil things and kind of taking over. So we'll see what happens in the next book. I'm hoping it's a lot more interesting. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And I'm gonna go to bed real soon. So I'll update you tomorrow. Sansa is still probably gonna yell at me because that's all she ever does. Okay, update for my last book of the series. Although I say these things, I do have an update for something that I did not finish, but the last completed book of the series. I did end up reading the last Secret Circle book, The Temptation by L.J. Smith, which is really written by Aubrey Clark. And this completes like the second arc, I guess, of the Secret Circle, which really was not as good as the first 2/4, whatever you want to call it, books actually written by L.J. Smith. I really enjoyed those ones, which is surprising because I did not like the Vampire Diaries. I love the show, but I don't like the books. And I actually really liked the Secret Circle books of hers, but I don't like these later ones. The first one, I think it was the first one, was all right. This one and the last one I read, I hated. Cassie was just so freaking annoying. And in this one, she spends half the book with Nick because he's the only one who wasn't, not that he wasn't, he was the only one in their circle that could handle being possessed. Like, they all got possessed by these spirits at the end of the last book, and he's the only one that can, like, fight against his. And so they spend the first half of the book together, just the two of them, trying to figure out how to free everyone from this possession. And of course, you know, she's sitting here just like, oh, his love for me is helping him fight this demon inside of him. But once again, she's jealous that Adam is with Scarlet when Adam's literally only with Scarlet because he's possessed. If he was not possessed, he would not be there. I don't know why she's so jealous about it and why she can't get that through her brain. But she's like just so jealous about it. And then later on in the book, they like make Adam go pretend to like Scarlet so they can like lure her to their side or something. I don't know. But like, make up your mind. Cassie just annoys me so much. And that wasn't any different in this book. The second half of the book, they free them from the possession, but then they have possessed like their actual bodies. So these spirits are like hundreds of years old, and somehow they've reanimated their own bodies, and they just gave them like a little modern touch up, went to the mall, got a little makeover, and now they're running around and they want like destruction on the town. And the only way to defeat them is to get Scarlet to join their side. Scarlet, who every time they think she's on their side, she betrays them. And every time that happens, they act so surprised, like, oh my god, I can't believe she just betrayed us again, when she's just been evil this whole time. But that's not even the worst part. She didn't even get to be evil. Like I just she was just evil. I want her to just be evil. Don't let her have some redemption arc. Don't let her have some excuse for why she's evil. She had an excuse for why she's evil, and I didn't like it. And then there's something at the end of this that annoyed me as well, and I don't want to say what it is, but it's basically about power and being like up to a certain level of power, and I'm like, that didn't need to happen. That did not need to happen at all. So yeah, I gave this one 2 stars, and I'm free of this series finally, so goodbye! The last update I have for this reading vlog is about Sunrise on the Reaping. I did not finish this in May, but I will be carrying it into June with me. I really didn't get much further than the last update probably, but I am enjoying this. I'm just being really slow and having just too much going on at once. But yeah, but I am enjoying this, and I'm gonna finish it next month for sure. These are all the series that I ended up catching up on, finishing during this vlog. I'm pretty sure this is all of them. I know I don't have One of Us Is Back because I don't own it, but I think every other series is represented here. So that's 3 series that I finished, but I have to get the statistics from my spreadsheet because, like I said, I do have 2 different spreadsheets, so we'll have to see what the stats are. I did some damage this month. I feel proud of myself. Like, I feel like most of the time I'm getting nowhere, but I got somewhere. So I will get the statistics and we will wrap this whole thing up. Final statistics for this series vlog. I am now down to 77 series to finish. I completed 3 and I made progress in 3 other ones. And the Secret Circle was not on either of my lists. I may have considered giving up on that one, and then I just finished it. But it counts, you know? It counts. But I think that's pretty good. 3 series completed, 3 made progress on. That's a pretty decent amount. And I read a couple of other books that didn't count for this video. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed coming on this little adventure of getting my series down. Daisy is walking around, so the camera is wobbling everywhere. And maybe I'll do another one of these sometime in the future, because it did help push me to complete some series. But maybe I'll figure out like some other way to do it than just finding ones that I wanted to complete in the moment. I don't know. But let me know what your thoughts are and how many series do you guys have, because some of the numbers are ridiculous, right? Like 77, that's a lot. And that is, like I said, that is from my main series tracker. That's not including the one that I'm not concerned with catching up on at the moment. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.